Welcome back to Boss Talk 843 Reacts. I have another great video for you guys tonight, and we're going to be addressing the state of America right now as in 2023. What's the outlook of America? Is America the next nation to fall? Is America the next nation to get teamed up on and we all pay the price because we live here due to the idiots that's running the show? Now, I've been watching Russia, China, and all the stuff that's going on with China and I think Taiwan or someplace like that. There's some stuff popping off, and they find the submarines on the coast here, these blooms, the big nuclear submarine from Russia that has the most powerful nuclear missiles on it has just disappeared. Hey, it's something to start looking into right now and understanding that how America as we know it is no longer the same. No longer the same. We got to start paying attention to the moves they're making out there, because they're making a lot of big-time enemies out there. And I think since Trump was in office and that mouth he has, he's led them to a lot of secrets that they weren't supposed to know about. And they probably do now see some chinks in the armor. They see how they can maneuver and do what they need to do, because America's one of them countries that we build ourselves up big. But what if we're not that tough? What if we are the big bully? And now these people are seeing that, hey, we probably could make something happen over there or just shut everything down doing it. So I'm going to show you guys some videos tonight on what I've been finding, just doing some research online. And the first one I want you guys to see is what would happen if Putin is threatening with those nuclear missiles. I know we hear it, and I don't think we really know the devastation it's going to do if it were to hit any place out here, because it's not just one. They're coming, and it's gonna tear this place up. So I'm gonna show you a video that breaks down what a nuclear explosion would do if it was a nuclear war to pop off. So let's get to that video. But before we go over there, I need you guys to hit the like and subscribe button so you get all the notifications when I drop dope new content. So let's go.
Population of nations engaged at war. NATO member states have 944 million people. The Russian Federation has 145 million people. Stage 1, Nuclear War. Elapsed time: 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, 11 hours, 12 hours, 13 hours, 14 hours, 15 hours, 16 hours, 17 hours, 18 hours, 19 hours, 20 hours, 21 hours, 22 hours, 23 hours, 24 hours. Total global casualties at 178 million people. Losses of nations engaged at war. NATO member states have lost 9.1% of their total population. The Russian Federation has lost 62.9% of its total population. Stage 2, Nuclear Fallout. Elapsed time: 3 days, 6 days, 9 days, 12 days, 15 days, 18 days, 21 days, 24 days, 27 days, 30 days. Maximum radiation levels recorded, shown by degrees of latitude, in rem units. Total global casualties at 186 million people. Stage 3, Nuclear Winter. Elapsed time: 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months. Minimum temperature recorded, shown by degrees of latitude, in Celsius degrees. Total global casualties at 548 million people. End of the simulation. Stand by.
Hey, welcome back. So when you see that, are you ready for that? None of us are ready for that. We have not experienced anything like that in our lifetime right now, living in America. And it's on the brink of that going down. And look how many people are just walking around not caring, because we as Americans tend to think that nothing's going to happen to us here. Did you see the January 6th thing that went down? Did you see how that's playing out? Do you see how our politicians are playing in there right now? It's almost like a Netflix series. Backstabbers times backstabbers, man. Y'all need to look at that and see where the state of America is right now when it comes to leadership and what can happen to us off their actions. Now, Putin done said what he said. Like I said, that's above anything any of us could do. But I'm just saying about paying attention and understanding what's going on outside, and not necessarily what they need you doing within their system to keep it running. We got to start looking. Them balloons ain't in the sky for no reason. Them submarines they finding off the coast ain't there for no reason. Those are freaking acts of freaking we feel you out. They got Russia and China up past Alaska right now doing military exercises together, where they say they got the ships. They've never seen those two do anything like that, with syncing their ships together and stuff. They finna come over here and show us something, I think. And I could be wrong, but I think they finna come over here and try to show us something. So let's get on to this next video, because I found a couple of videos on TikTok of people just addressing different stuff that's going on in the United States right now. And hopefully you'll watch, and hopefully it makes you think a little bit. And I'm not saying be some kind of, one of those people that just into all this kind of crazy stuff. But what we're starting to realize is some of this stuff ain't crazy. A lot of stuff is playing out now. So watch these videos and I'll be right back. We'll talk about it a little more, all right? Yeah.
You are being distracted while they tell you that this person needs to be canceled, or She-Hulk was twerking with Cardi B, or this other celebrity nonsense. They're killing you, or killing what you're used to at least. The average age of an empire is about 250 years. The U.S. is now standing at about 246, 47 years as we stand right now. I don't do politics. There's a left wing and a right wing with the same demon. This country's homeless population is growing rapidly, and no one ever asks to join their ranks. See, if you've never traveled outside of this country, then you may not know about bribes and how they work, the bribing system. But it's coming here. Expect that when you get pulled over, that the cop may say to you, hey, look, I can let you go from this ticket if you just hand me $100 instead, and you will just handle it that way. See, when the wages are low, but the price of living is high, people will bribe. See, when you see the water crisis down there in Mississippi, you got to realize that it's not just Mississippi. That's America, right? That's your brethren down there. That's your people down there. That is a reflection of this entire nation, a water crisis. Now, if you go somewhere else, to another country, a third world country, you'll see that water crises are very common. Things that you will be seeing here more often, water crises, power shortages, things like that, where they're used to the power just being out and everyone has a generator. These things are coming. Do your own research. Look up America becoming a third world country and you'll see. See, it's not policies and it's not rules that did this. When a nation goes into moral decline, the new culture that we're living in, right? The destruction of family values and the entire family system and unit being destroyed. When that implodes, when that goes away, baby, the whole nation goes. That's just how it is, whether you like it or not. When you throw God out, of anything, that's just what happens. These are the consequences thereof. If you look back in history and look at older nations, right? And when you see when perversion and so forth start to be accepted, the nation goes. See, when everything is YOLO and there's no such thing as right and wrong, then literally everything goes. It goes. Your prosperity, your wellness, goodness, etc. of the nation will go. When everyone is, see, you don't understand this, but when people condemn, because a lot of people who live in this country hate their own country, right? Spiritually, you're making a grave mistake, pooing on the own land that you live on. But anyway, only got 3 minutes on this. God bless you all. Start getting your passports ready and praying for where to go. This ain't got too much time left.
Welcome back. And like he was saying, think about Flint and Jackson right now with those water issues. And that water issue in Flint has been going on forever. Forever. To say we live in America. Y'all haven't been in there to get that straight, even with money pushed into there. That should show you, that's a red flag there. And I thought about that back in the day. Then it happened again in Jackson. And I'm pretty sure it's happening in other places. They're just not seeing anything. So we got to be on the lookout for certain stuff like that and question that. Like, Flint's been going on for a minute without clean water. Well, what's the deal with y'all trying to fix that? We are in America, you know? So let's get on to this next video, man, so we could pinpoint some more of this stuff so all of us could go outside and have our eyes open and we're watching our surroundings and trying to figure out our next move before all this goes down. And I'll be back.
Of America, and everybody's missing money. I'm also missing money, over $1,300, and they're telling me to call customer service. And they keep hanging up on people. This another person here is also missing money. So we're trying to see what's going on. Money's missing today, and we need our money. And they're already telling us to call customer service, and customer service ain't doing nothing about it. So just a heads up, if anybody's experiencing this, please let us know, because this is not right. I'm missing $1,400 from my account, and they're telling me that there's no way they can help us. This guy's missing money too. This other person missing money too. And you missing money too? There you go. So this is not something that's just one person. This is everybody's happening to them. And this is crazy. This is very crazy. Yes, Bank of America decided to take people's money without their consent. And we're asking what's going on, and they're giving us a runaround. Everybody for the same thing, man. Same.
Hey, I got a question for y'all out there. After watching that clip, what if that happened to you? Like the one dude say, what, $1,400-$1,500, and everybody in that lobby, the bank took their money and had no answers. Man, that won't go good for pretty much banks all over the place. That won't go good. Though for those employees in that bank, because everybody's going to be in certain. We're gonna make it noticed in there, you know. But you see how that started right there, and then when they call in customer service, nobody has had an answer for them. What if that happens a lot more? A lot more. So let's get on to this next video and I'll be back, all right?
67th mass shooting in America in 2023. That means there have been more mass shootings than days so far this year. President Biden today renewing his call to ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines.
Hey, welcome back. And I tell you one thing I've realized. It's dangerous to live here in America, man. This is dangerous to live out here. We talk about our mother, we're conditioned to think other countries are bad and dangerous. But we think about America, and especially how it's going down now. It's extremely dangerous to live out here in America. And I think a lot more of us need to start looking elsewhere to go live somewhere else that we might be appreciated and we don't have to worry about this random stuff that's going on. I don't care if it's from the extremist side over there, even in the hoods, like, you know, certain hoods where they shooting up everybody. Hey, this place here sucks. hey, F what you heard, boy. This place here sucks. And we need to start realizing that and quit, get that wiring out of our head like this is the best place on earth to live. This place is dangerous. It's getting more dangerous. The politicians suck. Everybody's for self now. It's like a freaking reality show now. Nobody respects it anymore. That's why we got these countries looking at us like we'll tear y'all. Cause y'all done showed y'all hand now. We used to think y'all was prestigious and y'all had this and y'all had that gall. But something has went on where they see they finna test a gangster now. You know, so, but anybody who's listening and thinking certain things, start digging a little deeper and start planning your next move. Your next move might be to one of those safe nations over there where they ain't got no dog in this fight over here. So let's get on to this next video and I'll be back.
Dark winter Biden promised you? Well, it looks like it'll be coming for a lot of people this winter. Now, we've all been hearing about the incredibly high bills in Europe for heating. But that problem exists right now here in the United States. States around the country are starting to push high increases. New Jersey just went up 25%. And it's probably going to go higher than that. See, across the country right now, we have shortages, down as much as 58%. And in some places like New England, it's down 63%. So much that the governor is worried and issued a statement about it. The Northeast is heavily dependent upon heating oil, in some places even more than electricity. And in states like Massachusetts, they're worried about the future. They have no idea where prices may go. In Maine, the state office announced that Summit Natural Gas is asking for a 200% increase, the largest ever proposed. In Rhode Island, they've warned of a 50% increase. And if you're wondering they can shut your power off if you don't pay your bill, only a few states offer protection. And if you're wondering why this is happening, because we should have enough natural gas and heating oil for this country, it's because we're too busy exporting it, making high profits, meeting the needs of Europe. And of course, we're being warned of possible power outages. Not to sound like the Game of Thrones, but winter is coming.
Hey, welcome back, y'all. And from that last video there, you know, it's something a lot of people are starting to see. When it comes to that mega big, you know, those super filthy wealthy people, it's all evil, man. It's all profit. They were in this whole freaking world to make a couple of more dollars, and they already got more than they could spend in 100 lifetimes. That's the epitome of evil. Those are the walking devils on this earth right here. Those are the walking devils. All these celebrities, all these people that's doing all this stuff that's right in our face, but we overlook it because we idolize these people. And these are the people who entertain these crazies that'll go freaking end the whole freaking earth on certain continents because they're idiots, and it's all money. It's a big monopoly game to them. You know, so like I say, you guys, you know, start looking at some stuff, man, and start planning your next move, and just be ahead of the game, and just be ahead of the game, so you kind of know if something pop off, you're prepared. Not saying it is go pop off. Like I say, this is just coming out of here and same stuff I'm seeing, you know. So, but just so you're prepared, man. So let's get on to the next video, and I'll be right back.
I don't know about y'all, but I've been finding it really fucking difficult to concentrate. And no, it isn't just because it's summer. It isn't just because, you know, it's warm outside. And by the way, it's not warm. The earth is actually on fucking fire. And in some parts are underwater, and in other parts are, you know, burning by the acres and acres and acres. It's because what I am beginning to wrap my mind around is that not enough fucking people in this country are livid. Like, not enough fucking people in this country are recognizing exactly what it is that the white supremacist fascist Republican Party is doing, including the Democratic establishment that still thinks that they are a viable political party. I just finished watching a video of a 12-year-old white girl speaking so passionately and brilliantly before a body of elected officials, adults, and explaining bodily autonomy to them. And the fact that as a 12-year-old, she has her whole life in front of her. But if a man were to decide that her body were an object and do unspeakable things to it, is she a child expected to give birth to another child, to put her child body through the trauma of pregnancy and through the mental and emotional strain of what it means to become a parent before she even becomes a teenager? The fact that our children, right in this country, that there is a party that calls themselves pro-life and has been allowed to say that they are pro-fucking family when they could give a fuck about either. But folks, we are all continuing to go about life as normal. And I'm wondering when we're going to get activated in a way that isn't about sporadic marches. These people are coming for our lives, our livelihood, our bodies, right? And we're all just continuing to move about. And I think it's because we're in a state of fucking shock. Look, I get it, right? Roe v. Wade was overturned only like several weeks ago. But folks, this is the first in a long list of things that are about to happen. And I know that Biden, for the first time, has an actual fucking legislative win because Joe Manchin allowed it to happen, right? Because the man that the country didn't vote for is the one that is actually in charge. But I'm like, you cannot take these incremental wins and not see the forest through the trees of everything we're getting ready to lose. When a 12-year-old is articulating the danger that this fucking country is in, we are in trouble, right? So when is everybody going to start acting like it?
If Russia launched a nuclear weapon. After the launch, the United States military's infrared system would detect the missile through infrared radiation. In minutes, President Joe Biden would be alerted, and the response would likely be an immediate massive counterattack. Now, even a Russian nuke that was only 2/3 as powerful as the bomb dropped on Hiroshima would destroy everything within 1 kilometer. 45,000 people would be killed and another 300,000 injured. If Russia and the United States detonated all their nukes, Earth would become enveloped in a blanket of soot in just 2 weeks. This would block sunlight and lower the temperature to below freezing. It could take 10 years for it to dissipate. Russia has signaled that if any NATO member directly intervened in the war in Ukraine, it could spell global disaster. So,
hey, welcome back. And like that young lady was saying there, man, and I know this gonna go over a lot of people's heads right now. That's why I was telling my wife, man, everybody's not gonna see it, man. Some people are just committed to the system, which is, hey, man, no disrespect to you for that either. Hey, we gotta live. We gotta do what we gotta do to make stuff shake around here. But I'm trying to tell you, something is going down, and like I said, certain things us as black people need to start doing. We need to start looking to go elsewhere. Go back home before these 2, 3, 4 countries start tearing up something that doesn't even have nothing to do with us anyway. You don't treat me like nothing, here anyway. So why I gotta get nuked for you? Y'all ain't gave us nothing back anyway, so what we gotta sit here and deal with that for? And a lot of us are making a move, and a lot of us finna start making some moves to make changes. Therefore, we're not part of what's finna go down, all right? Let's get on to the next video, and I'll be back, all right?
Today, the members of the Science and Security Board moved the hands of the doomsday clock forward, largely, though not exclusively, because of the mounting dangers in the war in Ukraine. We moved the clock forward the closest it has ever been to midnight. It is now 90 seconds to midnight.
Yeah, I'd say it's a great time to be prepared, folks. What do you think? Hashtag SWPG for more.
To shut down the power grid is working. So this on this theme about the World Economic Forum, these globalists, of course, this is part of the plan. What globalists want is us locked in our homes, working remotely, off an electric grid that's backed by fossil fuels, right? They want it on solar and wind, which is a laughable, I mean, it's a joke, right? They want us all on wind and solar, which could never happen. And they're starting, though, to get their wish. Even though this is a ridiculous wish, they're starting to get their wish. We have yet another, in the past 24 hours, another mysterious attack on our energy grid. So over the past few hours, we've been trying to get this assessment. They're investigating. We don't know what it is. But what the hell is happening here? This is the latest one in Los Angeles. LAX power failure halts TSA screenings. Outage being investigated. Power has been restored to most locations, but a nearly 45-minute power failure hit Los Angeles International Airport 2:30 in the afternoon. halting passenger screenings, potentially delaying flights. The Department of Water and Power said its crews have restored service and the outage is being investigated. Power has been restored to most locations. The airport tweeted earlier, most of our terminals are impacted by the loss of power. Crews assessing the issue. Some departing flights may be impacted due to no power to jet bridges.
Hey, welcome back, y'all. So, you see how all this weird stuff is going on. And like I said, I'm not sure if it's true or not. I know what I feel. And I know the energy is extremely heavy here right now. And I think sometimes when you feel that way, you got to make other plans because your body's trying to tell you something. This eerie feeling is trying to tell you something. Like some dark days are coming. So get out while you can. Because I tell you one thing. I'd rather leave right now and nothing happens than to stay here and wonder if something's going to happen, and it happens when I could have left for a little bit. So you guys look into that and just start paying attention to what's going on around you with these politics in these other countries right now. So God bless you guys, and I'll catch you on the next video. Boss Talk 843 is out.
Cause damn, what we lack and react is that they grab middle finger to them haters if they hate. And again, like we don't give a fuck, let the hate and begin. Hey, unique, I appreciate this beat, baby. Cause damn, what we lack and react is that they grab middle finger to them haters if they hate. And again, like we don't give a fuck, let the hate and begin. Look, it's ink, my nigga, we where the money at. We keep them jewels on us, cause we some Diamondbacks. I keep that blade on me, just like a Shriner.